Hello YouTube. In an earlier video I showed you how to bench mount my Edge Pro, and that worked out pretty well, but I'm here today to tell you to not worry about it. Do something like this instead. So I found that with it bench mounted it was real good, but I couldn't take it anywhere, clearly. And then when I wanted to take it somewhere, like I had to rebuild the whole thing and put those suction cups back on, and it was more of a pain in the neck than to do something like this. So let me show you this real quick. Basically, it's just a piece of plywood with a couple wings on it, and then some holes in the bottom to mount to the Edge Pro. And then I put these pads on it, these non-slip pads, to keep it from moving around on the table. The wings are because before I did this, I wasn't sure whether or not I would need to clamp it down. So if you did need to, show you that. It'd be very easy just to, if it ended up walking around on you, put a couple clamps down and then it won't walk around anymore. But I have found with just putting those pads on it that it stays everywhere. I've done it on a kitchen counter, on my workbench, on the dining room table here. It's been no sweat. So this is my new recommended way of mounting the Edge Pro. Well, what I'll do is I'll make a drawing in CAD and post it on my website so you can download it. I did the whole thing out of scrap plywood, and then I traced it out and cut it all out with a jigsaw. I have a little bench sander that I smoothed everything off with, but you could do that by hand or skip it. One thing that I'm watching here is with this plywood, when I'm watering the stones or cleaning them off, I'm getting water on the plywood. I just want to monitor over time to see whether that's going to be an issue. So far it is not. The plywood dries quicker than it gets absorbed into the wood. For that, I think this is the next step up from bench mounting, because if you're going to, like, one cool thing about sharpening knives is going around and sharpening your friends and family knives. Like I wanted to take this up to Thanksgiving so that I could sharpen the knife that'll be used for carving the bird. Check the show notes for a link to my website where I'll do a whole blog post about the type of hardware and the size that I got, the feet. I picked those up at Lowe's, and there's really not much more to it than that. Hey, let me know if you decide to do it too. Or if you don't have the resources like a wood shop or anything to do this, just reach out to me and we'll figure it out. I have the resources to whip these up pretty quick. So that's that. Thanks guys. Cheers.